Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this broadcast for GardenStateHSWrestling.com's Match of the Week, presented to you by the Harrington Company's Champion Athletes, Apex Wrestling, the Performance Trophies, and Forum Coffee. I'm Donald J. Brower here live at Watchung Hills High School as the Watchung Hills Warriors take on the Jefferson Falcons. With me is John Kovach. John, welcome back. We're wrapping it up for the year. I had to do a dad joke there to start it off. It's our last match of the year. Not really. Talk to your dad, ask him to explain that joke, and if you don't, I'll explain it to you later. But we're having the warm-ups here. We're going to have the run-outs here, the Lehighs. Looks like it'll be a pretty straightforward matchup as both teams seem to have their lineup set, so our tech director can't go too crazy with trying to put names in.
Starting at 106, it's like old times, Don.
Oh, yeah, they love getting that out of the way. They just want to get it rolling and get going.
You've got a Jefferson team admittedly rebuilding. Started the year with 2 losses, but tight matches. 5 points to West Morris, 42-37. 2 points to Paramus, 37-35. They beat Wayne Hills in a match we brought you a week ago today, 43-30.
And I'll tell you what, though, you want to talk about rebuilding and close matches. That one against West Morris especially, that opened some eyes because a lot of people talk about West Morris and the great job they're doing this year, but for this Jefferson team to hang with them shows they're not too far off.
No, and they were impressive against High Point. I really liked the way they went out and were aggressive at starting the matches. Now you've got a Watchung Hills team. They're 1-0 in duels, but total opposite of the tight matches that Jefferson's had. They won 69-6. Over Parsippany. You had 8 pins and a tech fall.
And this is a very good Watchung Hills team. This is our first chance to get down here to see them, and we appreciate the votes. This is one of the match of the week's decisions that were put on the board over our poll over the preseason. So before we get started with this match, John, we got a lot of sponsors who are local sponsors today. Give them a list of who we got today.
Local sponsors today really coming out to support the young wrestlers. Sterling Hotel, Greenbrook Pancake House, Duck Donuts, Playa Bowl, Moe's Southwest Grill, Yee's Asian Bistro, Smoothie King, Blimpie of Sterling, Trattoria La Strada, Burger King of Gillette, Jules Closet, Capital Craft, Salento Bar, 12 Islands Greeks, and Just Subs of Greenbrook. That's a lot of local support for this sport.
This is one of those programs that get a lot of that local support, and I know a couple of those places you mentioned. I'm going to locally support them after we get out of here. I'm in the mood for some Duck Donuts. I might grab a sandwich on the way, too.
I like duck and I like donuts, so I think it checks a lot of boxes.
It messes well. It's actually a North Carolina-based company. When I go down there a lot, I got to get some, and it's really nice that it's close. And my wife loves donuts, so it works out well. Nothing shady against a wife like donuts. She just likes their donuts. She's very particular.
As one should be.
You know what I'm particular about? People following us on social media. You know what they can do? They can go on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on X, GardenStateHSW, on Instagram, GardenStateHSWrestling, and you're following us on YouTube already. You're seeing it. Like, subscribe, get notified. You'll see all the upcoming events we have. This is our last match of the year, but then we have a really big weekend coming up. I know we're at Mount Olive on Thursday. Friday, we're at West Morris. Saturday, it's multiple events, including a quad at Mount Olive and some stuff at Union. We got a ton of stuff, so follow us, like it, get subscribed, and be notified when we come up.
Watchung Hills, who's going to be in the gray singlets with their white singlets with the brown and yellow details, they will be green. Green won the toss.
Starting here at 106.
Early takedown for Jefferson, and he's got the half locked in. Lost it, but got the waist. Able to thwart that escape, and he's trying to shoot the half again.
This is one of the interesting ones, too, because, a couple bright spots really, especially for Jefferson, are their 106 and 113. We got to talk to Coach Lance ahead of time, and this is one of their, these next two guys are their top weights, so it's going to be interesting to see what they could get going here.
And it's Campbell from Jefferson. He has a 3-point lead thanks to that early takedown. He's been on top really since that early takedown. Tries to turn now and has the shoulders exposed.
And gets the pin right there. That's what I'm talking about. Wanted to set the nice pace there for Jefferson. They do. They come out here with the quick pin and get the 6.
50 seconds left in the period when that fall was recorded. And a 6-0 lead for the visiting Falcons.
And if you want to pin down your advertising costs, become a sponsor. Go to GardenStateHSWrestling.com, click your logo here, or send me an email, admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We're having a limited 25% off sale for the next week. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider for boys and girls wrestling. GardenStateHSWrestling.com.
And I'm just going to say I'm grateful the anklets have come back out. They weren't there for the first match, and I was hoping I was right with my memory from the toss and our discussion with the official before the match as to who was what color. I was, in fact, correct.
Well, it's interesting because the wristbands, he has the wristlets. Everything is showing Watchung Hills is red. And on the scoreboard, even how we have it designed, but it's switched up the wristlet, so he has the green, so they're going to be green, which is interesting. But it's just how some do it.
So Watchung Hills is the green. Again, a white singlet with brown and yellow details. That's a color combination in uniforms that's grown on me as I've aged.
The maroon gold, and it reminds me a lot of Madison from up in our area and stuff like that. So it's a rarity because a lot of times you see that and you're like, oh, okay, it's not a common one, which you see a lot of the red, the yellow, the one I see a lot of, and it's funny we mention it because they're here. Navy and gold.
Navy and gold's a
seems
big
to be
one.
That's always it's a Roxbury one. That's a Pequannock. That's that's a ton.
I mean, for years it was just University of Wyoming that you saw in the brown, maroon, and gold. And we have Fiegel versus Torres. Torres of Watchung Hills and Fiegel from Jefferson at 113 right now. No scoring so far, just a lot of feeling out. Fiegel tried to shoot the single leg, got thwarted. And trying to get an underhook is Torres of Watchung Hills. Stalemate called, and we'll restart with 11 seconds and change left in the first period. I think they're content to circle, and we're going to take it to the second period with no score at 113 pounds. Jefferson with a 6-0 lead over Watchung Hills early on in your Garden State HS Wrestling Match of the Week.
Fiegel, like we said, is one of the young stars here for Jefferson.
Takedown too late and out of bounds. They'll restart. But they will restart with Fiegel down. Torres on top. Fiegel tries to turn into him. Got turned a little bit. Torres really has it gripped in there, has the midsection. Fiegel's trying to peel it off, but it's been a strong, no. Now he got the escape. The first point in the match goes to Fiegel from Jefferson with an escape.
He did a great job turning in there. And made the distance, and now he's in on a single. See if he can get around and turn. He's coming through the back door here.
He's got to finish turning it, but Torres has the leg now.
He hooked that ankle, and he's got a nice underhook, so he's got to try to get around the hips. That's what the difference is. You ain't going to see that too many with the upper weights. These smaller guys are more agile when it gets to. But he
got
the cradle.
He locked the cradle in out of nowhere. The Jefferson coaches think this should have been a fall already. Torres bridging, trying to keep his shoulder blades off the mat. 40 seconds to go in the second period. Going to be 4 near fall points at a 5-0 lead.
Oh, runs it to 8 because he got the back points. He'll try to run a bar here.
Trying to turn him. 20 seconds left in the second period.
He looked kind of flat to me. I'm just going to say it. Looked like he was down. It was over.
I thought it was. I kind of was waiting for the indication that never came.
I think Jefferson was looking for the indication that never came as well.
Oh, I think they made it clear they were. 8-0 the score after 2 periods in favor of Feigl of Jefferson. Down 8-0, Torres elects to start neutral. I don't think that's a bad choice.
He got turned. You didn't want to, you don't want to be in that position taken down. That's just, you're putting yourself in a bad position. And I don't know if he, wanted to give up the point of getting up as he's going. It looks like they're going for bar. Look at this. Nice roll over there by Feigl. It's going to get the 3.
I was about to say that Torres was going for the single leg, trying to get the 3 and then follow up with some back points on that. And Feigl was able to counter it and turn it into a takedown of his own and an 11-0 lead.
Feigl trying to get around, but Torres here doing a great job. Might be close to neutral. Got that head, trying to go around, gets back around, repositions himself.
Torres with the sitting switch there, but Feigl's just maintained control from behind. 1 minute to go in the third period. Feigl of Jefferson up 11-0. This at 113 pounds. The Falcons already with a 6-0 lead early on in this match.
They're going to hit Torres with a stalling.
If he doesn't get moving a little bit more, I think there's going to be a follow-up on that stall warning very shortly.
There is.
He's talking to him.
Got that arm hooked, trying to get a nice turn here. Might get hit again here. I mean, it hasn't
15
really improved.
seconds to go. Sorry, Don. 15 to go.
Right.
Torres got back to his feet, but Feigl held on and got him back to the mat. We've got a whistle with 3/10 of a second left in the third period. Can you do anything out of this?
No, that's pretty much just, literally nothing. So Feigl's going to take a major decision win here, make the score 10-0, excuse me.
Feigl with the 11-0 win, a major, as you said, Don.
You want to be a winner here? Go on and subscribe to our social medias. On Facebook, Garden State HS Wrestling. On X, Garden State HSW. On Instagram, Garden State HS Wrestling. And like and subscribe on YouTube for all your wrestling needs. We have some upcoming events. We have the podcast that just dropped this morning and everything. Like and subscribe, and thank you from us. Been one of our best years here in 2024. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider for all high school wrestling in New Jersey.
Local sponsors today include Sterling Hotel, Greenbrook Pancake House, Duck Donuts, Playa Bowls, and Moe's Southwest Grill.
Now I'm hungry.
Me too. But I'm kind of always hungry. So.
Me too. That's what my wife says. I'm never ending.
$120-pounders on the mat. San Lucas of Jefferson.
Kolakowski from Watchung Hills. I also, you know what I'm enjoying? I don't know if anybody can hear it. there's an announcer who's in the background, and calling out stuff. He's actually not only announcing, but he's running our stream too. His name is Chris.
Kolakowski with the early takedown, and he has him in a predicament. Gets the fall, 45 seconds into the first period.
Cuts into the lead, 10-6. You want to cut into that advertising budget? Give me a call. Go to the website, click on your logo here, fill out the information sheet, or send me an email, admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is running a special 25% off for the next week. If you want to give it a try, listen, it's pennies on the dollar. I'm not going to lie to you. I want to get it done because my wife is pregnant. I got stuff to focus on. Take advantage of my inability to schedule with my wife and getting everything done. So take fully advantage of it right now. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider for all high school wrestling in New Jersey, boys and girls. Let us make you the star of the show.
Stars at 126, taken to center of the mat. Christopher Frank of Jefferson. And DeAndrea of Watchung Hills. DeAndrea on top. Frank tries to roll through. Anthony DeAndrea with the takedown. And a 3-0 lead. A minute and a half left in the first period here at 126 pounds. 10-6 the team score.
It just kind of it broke well for Jefferson in the beginning just because you kind of figured that's where they were going to get a nice start from. Now it's tough because this is, younger guys trying to fill in holes. A lot of graduating seniors from this team from a year ago, that state sectional team.
Frank is in a predicament here. DeAndrea has his arms barred.
Now the predicament's over because the pin is done.
Yep. And that came 54 seconds into the period. And Watchung Hills has its first lead of the day, 12-10. And now we're back. We're seeing this Watchung Hills team that scored a ton of pins against Parsippany.
We'd like to thank our main sponsor, Harrington Companies, Harrington Recycling, Harrington Demolition, Harrington Construction, and Hoffman Supply Home and Garden Center.
Local sponsors include Yee's Asian Bistro, Smoothie King, Blimpie of Sterling, Trattoria La Strada, and Burger King of Gillette.
Jefferson Township, Dean Vital.
Dean Vital of Jefferson. Against Samoya of Watchung Hills. Watchung Hills in the white with the brown and gold highlights. Navy and gold, the colors for Jefferson. We're at 132 pounds. Watchung Hills leading the team score 12-10. Samoya shoots a single, takes it down. Vital rolled through it. The takedown now awarded as he gained. We've got a correction. So Vital gets an escape. Glynos is at 132 pounds for Watchung Hills. Apologize for that. Worked off the lineup that's posted across from us on a banner. It is Vital from Jefferson and Glynos.
Well, I think they have
of Watchung
a couple
Hills.
guys who are injured early season, get some young guys some matches too.
3-1 in favor of Glynos, wrestling for the host.
Today's broadcast is presented to you by the Harrington Company's Champion Athletes, Apex Wrestling School, Performance Trophies, and Forum Coffee, the official sponsor of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage this season. I'm Donald J. Brower here with John Kovach. We are at Watchung Hills.
I thought
Hills
I was
Warriors.
the one who was going to do that.
The WH threw me. I saw it as I was doing it, and I was like, oh, no. And then it's the sad part is so many WH teams I cover. Warren Hills, Wayne Hills. It was like running through the head, and then I was like, Watchung. And then the worst part is it says Warriors, so in my head I see the WAR, and I'm not realizing it's that. But we are here covering this matchup between the Watchung Hills Warriors and the Jefferson Falcons. We are 4 bouts in. The Warriors lead 12-10.
We're at 132 pounds. Dean Vital of Jefferson, Glynos of Watchung Hills. He's in the white. He's on top, in control right now. Has the midsection, trying to shoot a half now. Now he's barring the arm. Kind of alternate. I think he's trying to open things up. He's trying to turn Vital onto his back. 3-1 for Glynos. We're under a minute and a half left in this second period. Vital got to his feet, but he is taken down by Glynos. No points awarded yet. And an escape to Vital makes it 3-2 in favor of Glynos of Watchung Hills. Locked up. A couple of feints at the single leg there, Don.
Trying to get that little motion in there so you don't have a stalling call. It's kind of just like, I'm going to throw my hand out there.
Yeah, let's see how he responds. He might open something up. Watchung Hills thought there could have been a point there, but coming up on 15 seconds left in the second period.
Vital has his arms around the leg, trying to pull in a single, but great defense there by Glynos.
He threw his hips back, a sprawl, and just there's no way right now with the time remaining inside of 3 seconds that Vital
he's going to give up that 3. Oh,
wow. What a swing. When I thought it was too late for Vital to do anything and finish it, Glynos finds a way as the buzzer sounds to double his lead. Now it's 6-2.
That was a 1-point match going into the third, and they let it going out late. Should have just stuck his hand out there once you see him going, didn't hear the buzzer. I don't know if he just thought the period was over or not, but.
So now 6-2 in favor of Glynos of Watchung Hills. Struggling for arm control. Vital ducks low, steps away, goes for the single again. We got a stall warning there against Watchung Hills, but Glynos gets 3 on the takedown, literally right off of the stall warning. And it's 9-2 in his favor. 12-10 the team score in favor of the host, Watchung Hills. John Kovach with Don Brower at Matt's side. 1-point escape there for Vital of Jefferson. Makes it 9-3. Inside a minute left in regulation of this match. No scoring on that exchange. The Watchung Hill coaches are yelling to Glynos to get one more for the major. There it is. There's the 3-point takedown for Glynos. Gives him a 12-3 lead. Difference is 9. And that's how important a stoppage for out of bounds. Don, that's how
at the end, yeah. That's a turning point right now because that's the difference right here. You're going to give an extra bonus point up here in a It's honestly a Jefferson team that can't afford that.
No, and any point anywhere in the that's what makes this a team sport. How can I minimize the bonus points against me? How can I pick up the bonus points? Inside a second. There's the buzzer at a 12-3. Major in favor of Glinos of Watchung Hills. Makes it 16-10. That point could loom large.
Follow us on social media, on Facebook, GuardiansHSWrestling.com, on X, GuardiansHSW, on Instagram, GuardiansHS Wrestling, and like and subscribe for all our upcoming events on YouTube, as our upcoming streams, our podcasts, everything we do. GuardiansHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider for all high school wrestling in New Jersey.
Local sponsors today include Jewel's Closet, Capital Craft, Salento Bar, 12 Islands Greek, and Just Subs of Greenbrook. 138 pounds up next.
And we can't forget, from Jefferson, Frank's Pizza, Grasshopper, Adams Hot Bagels, and Estabilt Wrestling.
£138 on the mat. Perez of Jefferson, Samoya of Watchung Hills. Already a three-point takedown for Samoya, who starts on top on the restart. Michael Samoya of Watchung Hills on top. Jefferson wants a stalling call. They're out of bounds. We'll get a restart in the middle. Perez will be on the bottom. Samoya on top with a 3-0 lead. 1:15 left in the first period at 138 pounds. Perez trying to finish the escape. He can't. He might get taken down again. Samoya trying to wrench him down. Takes him down. Has his back exposed.
What I think the Jefferson coaches were saying, he was just holding on there, trying to pull him down, and that should have been considered a stall call right there. That's what I think they were talking about as they get some back points here. 2 backs, runs it to 7-0 here. Or is it still 5 now?
Still 5. That made it 5.
Okay. I saw him throw the 2, and I saw the 5 on the board already. Scoreboard operator here is on the ball.
He's quick. 5-0 the score in favor of Samoya of Watchung Hills. He's on top. Try to turn Perez. I really am surprised. We've had a few stall warnings already today. I've already seen a couple of instances in this 138-pound where I'm kind of surprised he didn't issue a second warning or take a point.
That's understandable. I mean,
think there's been some about stoppages.
There's been a few where you could kind of say something, unless he sees something we don't see as far as in different areas as time expires.
5-0 the lead.
At the end of the first period, Samoa leads 5-0. Jefferson had the choice there to
Samoa
will be on the bottom. On top of Jefferson Township,
Ryan Perez of Jefferson. He's on top now in the navy and gold against Michael Samoa of Watchung Hills. Samoa with a 5-0 lead after 1 period. And we're 30 seconds into the second. Round struggle here. Perez trying to throw. He has wrist control. Now he's got a half. Well, he could have had a half. He's trying to get back to wrist control. He's keeping his arms underneath. We stall warning against Samayoa. 2 for a reversal for Samayoa. I know I'm mispronouncing that, Don.
Listen, I've given up on trying to get certain names. There's names I'm sure I have right, and I don't have the afflection correct on the proper consonant or vowel.
Samayoa, looking at how it's spelled.
I think it's I think it's Samayoa. I think so.
Well, Samayoa has Perez in a predicament. Turned him there. Shoulders were exposed. No points awarded to add to the 7-0 lead the host has here at 138 pounds. Now he's really trying to turn. He has his hips up. He's got shoulders exposed. And he's got the pin. Michael Samayoa with the win by pin. With 21 seconds left at 138 pounds. And it makes it a 22-10 lead for the host Watchung Hills Warriors.
Follow us on social media on Facebook, GuardsHSWrestling.com, on X, GuardsHSW, on Instagram, GuardsHSWrestling, and like and subscribe on YouTube.
Local sponsors for our match today here at Watchung Hills include Sterling Hotel, Greenbrook Pancake House, Duck Donuts, Playa Bowls, and Moe's Southwest Grill. Starting at 144 pounds. Schaeferman of Watchung Hills in the white has control, has a half Nelson on Cummings of Jefferson. Really has him in jeopardy. Now he's on top. Shoulders are really exposed. Shifting his weight. He's got a leg hook and he gets the pin. 52 seconds into this match at 144 pounds. And now it's a 28-18-point lead for Watchung Hills.
You like what you hear today? You want to become a sponsor? Go on the website, click your logo here, fill out the info form, or send me an email, admin@GuardiansHSWrestling.com. We're running a special 25% off sale for the next week. Let us help you grow your business. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. My wife is pregnant. I got 2 months until she comes along. I don't have time to get everything done. We're super close to finishing up everything for the year. Take advantage of my poor time management when it comes to my wife and getting everything for the pregnancy. So my disadvantage is your advantage. Give me a shout. Admin@GuardiansHSWrestling.com. 25% off for the next week. GuardiansHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider for all high school wrestling in New Jersey.
Some of our local sponsors today include Yee's Asian Bistro, Smoothie King, Blimpie of Sterling, Trattoria Estrada, and Burger King of Gillette. 150 pounds on the mat.
This is Higgins versus Weglinski.
Higgins for Watchung Hills. He is in the white with the brown and gold trim. Weglinski of Jefferson is in the navy with gold trim. Good struggle there. That was, I like that kind of wrestling. Just two guys trying to brute force it and able to counter each other.
And we're going to get more of that, especially when you get to these upper weight guys. It's so a lot more of the skill moves and everything down there. When you get up to the big beef, it's literally two sides of beef just hitting each other, seeing who's stronger, who's got that will to win. That's how I wrestled when I used to do it. It wasn't really, I wasn't trying to throw any moves. I was like, listen, I'm going to just go out there. I'm going to hook you with what I got and throw you in the back.
Stoppage there. Out of bounds. 3 pins in the last 5 matches for Watchung Hills, who scored 8 falls in a 69-6 win over Parsippany.
They're a pinning team. They smell blood in the water. They're the Warriors. They get when they feel they got you on their back. They're not trying to just settle for a 3 or 4 here. They're going for the pin. They want to get those bonus points totaled up.
Weglinski is trying to turn Higgins, gets behind him, and gets 3 for the takedown. Does Weglinski at Jefferson.
Now he's trying to hook. It looked like he was trying to run a bar there and then floated too much on it.
Has the half now and has the left wrist. But we're inside of 10 seconds of this first period. That's not to say you can't score. We saw some late scoring earlier.
100%. You got to wait till that whistle goes off. You got to get that done.
3-0 in favor of Weglinski of Jefferson, but his Falcons trail 28-10
He
to
defers.
Watchung Hills.
Weglinski defers there. Higgins is going to take down.
I think, and we're still really early in the season, this is the most I've seen guys choose to start down. Early on with the 3-point, I thought we saw a lot more neutral starts.
I think that was kind of, and obviously with what we've seen with some of the tournaments, it's a tournament, so you really could test it out. So I think a lot of guys were trying to see how, strategy-wise in the long run, how it would come out.
Weglinski still with his arms around Higgins, pulling him back, has not relinquished control of the torso.
He's
now
not
he's
going
trying
to
to
now.
get the turn. Then he may have it.
He's got that arm pinned under. He's just got to lean back if he can. If he didn't put his weight too far, I think he's stuck.
Higgins is bridging, and he was able to bridge and keep his shoulders off. Weglinski still has the half.
Going to get the 4.
4 back points. Makes it 7-0. Weglinski lost that half, though. He had a half. Higgins of Watchung Hills, warned for the stall. Weglinski has a leg and an arm, and he's trying to lock in the cradle.
He can
he's
rock
trying
back
to
there. He
cinch
doesn't have
this
it
up.
right,
Now
but-
he's got it. Shoulders exposed and a pin. 150 pounds, 35 seconds left. 16 for Jefferson now. 28 for Watchung Hills as we move on to 157.
Well, if you guys want to move on to our social media, go check it out on Facebook, GardensHSWrestling.com, on X, GardensHSW, on Instagram, GardensHSWrestling, and like and subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, get notified when we have something come up. We have some matches coming up this weekend. I also have a weekly podcast, Everything We Do. GardensHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider for all wrestling, boys and girls.
Local sponsors today include Jules Closet, Capital Craft, Salento Bar, 12 Islands Greek, and Just Subs of Greenbrook. Get the matches done, go grab lunch at one of our local sponsors. You'll be done. You don't have to worry about making weight, Don. You can eat whatever you want.
Well, I'm an old man. The only weight I got to make sure is to make sure I make the weight that when I go to my in-laws, they don't call me fat like they used to. Or still do. It doesn't matter. It's in-laws. Who cares?
157 pounds on the mat.
Pritzlaff is obviously one of the stars for this team here for Watchung Hills. He's their leader, so he's a guy you got to keep an eye on, especially.
He's up against Glander of Jefferson.
I'm pretty sure Glander's JV, occasional starter. So it's kind of like, hey, come out, get up early in the morning on Monday, come to Watchung Hills. Hey, go wrestle Cody Pritzlaff. It's fun for him.
Pritzlaff with the early takedown. $3-0 lead for Pritzlaff. They're on the edge, but well inbounds given the new rule. Just towing that line there. Pritzlaff trying to drive Glander back into the mat and turn him. And having some success there.
He's got that wrist underneath. I mean, he's got wrist control like crazy, just moving him around. Lets it go, comes up top.
I don't know how well it translates to the screen, but we had a good view of Glander's face and of it, the veins bulging as he was just trying to overcome the way Pritzlaff had that arm. Inside 30 seconds of this first period. Arching the back of Glander is Pritzlaff, trying to expose the shoulders. 13 seconds to go. Glander trying to peel Pritzlaff's arm off his chin. He's totally, the legs are wrapped around his leg, has him totally bent, gets 4 back points out of it, and increases the lead to 7-0. Pritzlaff chose to start neutral. Drives Glander down outside of the wrestling area.
So what I look at it here, obviously, is with, when you look at Pritzlaff, Pritzlaff is obviously the favorite here. There's wrestlers you have on your team that are good, but then you have ones that aren't pins. And I think that's what Jefferson's doing here. They're trying to mitigate. Nothing against Glander here, but obviously when you go out against a guy who is the level of Pritzlaff, you kind of have, especially with how the new rules are, where it's easier to give up a tech than it is a pin with just a couple takedowns.
And another 3 points there for Pritzlaff with a takedown to make it 10-0. He's still controlling the back. Has the half in from the right side.
Oh, now he's got his.
Yeah, now Glander's in trouble. Pritzlaff trying to wrench him over. Glander doing a good job of maintaining his base with his legs. He's getting wrenched really, really hard here.
And the clock's not going to be able to save him here. It's just about a minute left.
We're just under a minute. 52 seconds left in the period. Pritzlaff with the pin increases the Watchung Hills lead to 34-16. 165-pound matchup next.
Follow us on social media on Facebook, GardensAHSWrestling.com, on Instagram, GardensAHS Wrestling, on X, GardensAHSW, and like and subscribe on YouTube for all your wrestling needs. We provide the most wrestling coverage in New Jersey, boys and girls. GardensAHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider.
Nick Valenti at 157 pounds for the host, Watchung Hills.
Today's broadcast is presented by the Harrington Company's Champion Athletes Apex Wrestling School Performance Trophies and Forum Coffee, the official live stream sponsors of GardensAHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. We're here at Watchung Hills High School. Donald J. Brower here with John Kovach. It is Jefferson Falcons visiting the Watchung Hills Warriors. We are at the 160 bout. Am I correct? What are we at?
165.
165. We started at 106. Quick takedown there by Valenti. Jefferson needs to win this match, this bout right now, or keep it close to even have a chance of coming back here. But I don't think they have a heavyweight, so that might be a little tough giving up 6 there.
That's not going to help matters.
I mean, do they need me to? I might have one more year eligibility. I don't know if I'll make the limit.
I never wrestled when I grew up in New Jersey, so I got 4 years I could give to a program.
That's what I'm saying.
Someplace.
The limit's 285 for me. I might be over it, though.
I think I'm under it finally.
There you go.
I think I'm under it.
We have your heavyweight here. Here you go.
I might actually be close enough that I could. Nah, I'm never going to get 215. I'm going to have to go 285.
It's funny you bring that up. I had the weirdest dream like 3 weeks ago that I was in high school still wrestling, but I was in like my 40s. I'm like, what is going on here? I had kids in high school. I was like, how am I still going? And I was like, that's weird. Just interesting.
How were you doing? Were you winning matches at
No,
least?
I didn't even get to that point. I didn't even get to that point.
The kids are ragdolling you. It's kind of a nightmare.
It didn't even get to that point yet. It was like one of those John Hughes movies or something, like where it wasn't even the sport yet. I was literally just all the drama in the high school.
Oh, see, I thought, you weren't running bleachers or stuff like that?
I could have been. I would have taken shoot. I would have taken shoot for sure. Loudon Swain had nothing on me. I wouldn't have let it get that close.
And I guarantee you Chris doesn't know the reference.
Yes, Chris has no idea that reference.
No idea.
He's Googling Loudon Swain right now and shoot to try to figure out what movie we're talking about here. It's always fun, so everybody can paint the picture for everybody at home. John and I are of a different generation. So some of these younger kids, as my father-in-law used to call them, whippersnappers, don't know a lot of our references. So when I make a reference on air and I get blank looks, now I have to have my tech guy look up stuff. I'm pretty sure the Stat Girls know who Loudon Swain is. Loudon Swain? What movie he was from? Now she's going to Google it.
Yeah, here we go. If your stream should slow, it's because of increased usage of the internet here at Watchung Hills High School. 3-0 the score at 165 pounds in favor of Nick Valenti of the host Warriors. They hold a 34-16 lead over Jefferson in your Garden State HSWrestling.com match of the week. Is Chris on a vision quest to find that answer now?
Now we're realizing the Stat Girl, that's a wrestling movie. You guys should know that. You should make the kids watch on the bus.
Oh, these kids are on a lunatic fringe, Don.
Unbelievable.
3-1 now with an escape by Connolly.
I never understood it when I was a kid when my grandfather used to say I weep for the future. Now I totally understand why I weep for the future.
Well, back in our day, Don, takedowns were only 2 points.
I know. Oh, and there was no cap on heavyweight.
No.
Now they had to make it easy. Oh, we can't have a 240-pound kid wrestled a 370-pound kid. Where was that? 1994.
Exactly. 1 year. Valenti with the takedown. Lifts and wrenches him down. He's trying to get the turn now, but they're real close to the line.
Jefferson is wondering why that was a takedown. He did have the leg around. I don't know if I would have called that a takedown just because the position he was in. I understand why the ref did, but it was very close. He
had him up, but I don't know that he established control once they got to the mat. The pickup part was nice. I don't know that he finished it.
Connolly had the arms around the leg, and it should have. To me, I would have let him keep wrestling. That's just me, but I can understand why it was called that way, but I would have let him continue.
Let's put it, if I'm in brown and gold, I think it was a great call.
Yeah, 100%. Half the gym thinks it's a great call, the other half thinks it's a horrible call.
Exactly.
That's literally every wrestling match we've ever gone to.
That's every call.
Every questionable call.
Every call by an official is like that. That's why they have a tough job. Stall warning against Watchung Hill. So warning against Valenti. He's up 6-1 with 25 seconds to go in the second period here at 165 pounds.
You know what I'm going to do? All these young staff members I have, I'm going to assign them homework. And it's going to be to watch Vision Quest. It's going to be to watch these movies so they can get immersed in wrestling. What I'm going to do is to make sure I know they watched it, I'm going to ask them specific trivia questions about said movie, and it will determine if they are brought back for the next year.
I'll make it easy for them, Don, because it's the holidays. Because of my work in schools, I know how to set up a Google assignment. We can set up a Google Classroom
100%.
and Google Test, and you can watch it on your own time. You'll have a deadline, but you watch the movie and answer the trivia questions. I'll set up a form.
We're going to do that. That's what it's going to determine.
You know what's
That's
great
gonna
is he's
determine.
laughing like we're not going to actually do
Yeah,
this.
I know. Like he thinks we're joking over it.
No. Silly, silly tech guy. Interesting position here because I'm not sure Valenti had any body part on the ground.
3 points. Warrior takedown.
Another 3, and now a 9-1 lead. Now we're in. If you're Jefferson, you're in danger of giving up another major.
Yeah, he's got to get up here.
And Valenti clearly in control of this match. I mean, if he cut him right here and gave up the escape, he has over a minute. Oh, a stall warning and a point.
Nick Valenti for the Warriors. That is his second. 1 point has been awarded to Joseph Connolly from Jefferson.
So now almost he has to cut. He's going to let him up now,
Yeah.
and then try to get the takedown.
Point, Joseph Connolly, voluntary neutral.
So now they start up 9-3. Takedown would make it 12. We're inside a minute in the final period here at 165 pounds.
Valenti's also got to understand he has the 2 warnings against him, so he's got to make some moves here. Connolly changing levels, doing stuff like that. Nice shot in there by Valenti on a single.
I think he wants to finish this right now. There's 3, and his lead's up to 12-3, a 9-point lead. But there's a lot of talking going on from the official, and he's got the whistle in his mouth. They're close to the edge here, but there's not a lot of movement to improve position right now, Don, and I could see another stall coming. I think Valenti just avoided it when he swung his hips around to the side.
Yeah, he moved and it gave him enough to even now they're going to get a restart. He's basically moving around. He's just got to keep him held down here. But yeah, he was looking to bang him with another one. It would have cut it, but it still would have been a major decision.
Inside 8 seconds to go as we'll restart. Connolly from Jefferson on bottom. Nick Valenti, who leads this match 12-3 on top. He just really has to hold on now for 7 seconds. 12-3 to final and a major decision.
Major decision at 165 for the Warriors. Nick Valenti. Our next bout.
4 matches to go. 38-16. Jefferson really needs 4 pins to win this.
Follow us on social media on Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on X, GardenStateHW, on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling, and like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit that notification button and get notified when we're on air later this week. All the podcasts, everything we do, GardenStateHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider for boys and girls wrestling. And if you'd like us to come out and bring the team to your event, send me an email, admin at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Limited opportunities remain for live streaming this year.
We're up to 175 pounds.
Points. Warrior takedown are 2. Kurjamis, 1 point.
Kurjamis.
Jefferson Ryan Gray.
Kurjamis of Watchung Hills with the early takedown. And then the escape for Jefferson's.
3 points. Warrior takedown are 2. Kurjamis.
Another takedown for Kurjamis and an early 6-1 lead.
Ryan
Ryan
Gray.
Gray
Neutral, 1 point.
gets another escape for the Falcons of Jefferson. One minute to go. Kurjamis, a 6-2 lead. Not make it 9.
9-3.
Warrior takedown. Ryan Gray, 1 point. Neutral, Falcons.
9-3 lead already, and I think he's content to just take him down, let him up. This is, again, making use of that 2-point difference between the takedown and the escape, and that should be another takedown. There it is.
And the pin.
And the pin. 34 seconds left in the first period. Arturo Kurjamis with the pin. 44-16 the difference. And that clinches this match for Watchung Hills.
Our next bout, 190.
You want to become a sponsor? How do you become a sponsor? Click on your logo here on any of the team pages, or send me an email, admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Your counties, your teams, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com provides the most high school wrestling coverage for boys and girls wrestling in the state of New Jersey. We're having a 25% off sale for the next week. Take advantage of us, please. GardenStateHSWrestling.com.
Pat Coleman for Watchung Hills, who's clinched this match now with that pin by Arturo Kurjamis.
It's a very dangerous, as I've said it before, a dangerous Watchung Hills team. They got a lot of depth, a lot of guys, as we see Amoring with the nice takedown there. But this is a very dangerous Watchung Hills team.
They come out and they want to finish it. They want to get the max 6 points. They did it in the 69 to 6 win against Parsippany with 8 pins, and they have 3 here today. Dangerous hold. Three to 2. Jefferson's Amorin leads Coleman of Watchung Hills. Watchung Hills in the white with brown and yellow. Jefferson the navy and gold. Oh, and a stoppage there. That was dangerous. As Coleman got Amorin up in the air and brought him down, and he landed right on the crown of his head. Coach is being waved off. Now an injury timeout's been granted, and there's a discussion going on about why it's an injury timeout. The trainer checking on Amorin.
We'd like to thank our title sponsor, Harrington Recycling and Demolition, Harrington Construction, and Hoffman Supply. The Harrington Companies. You have a nice house? You want to make it look nicer? Hoffman Supply. You got a dump and you want to rip it down? Demolition and Recycling. You want to build it up? You want to do some other work on it? Harrington Construction. The Harrington Companies. Official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. We also have some local sponsors.
Local sponsors today include Sterling Hotel, Greenbrook Pancake House, Duck Donuts, Playa Bowls, Moe's Southwest Grill, Yee's Asian Bistro, Smoothie King, Blimpie of Sterling, Trattoria Estrada, Burger King of Gillette, Jules Closet, Capital Craft, Salento Bar, 12 Islands Greek, and Just Subs of Greenbrook.
And for Jefferson, Frank's Pizza, Grasshopper, Adams Hot Bagel, and Estabilt Wrestling Club. Get the restart here.
A lot of discussion during that injury stoppage about how that was handled. And
I think Jefferson felt that it was more of a, a slam type situation. There should have been more precaution. The referee didn't agree. They thought that was just a natural move in the position. And obviously, you see anybody get slammed and the crowd gets into it. So it's understandable.
I don't think he intended to bring him down on the crown of his head.
No, not
but
at all.
I think he was unable to finish lifting him up for the takedown.
Yes, and that's what happens. Accidents happen. It's not ballet.
Coleman with the 3-point takedown ties this at 5 as the first period comes to an end.
Is that correct? I thought it was 6-5. Am I wrong?
They haven't corrected anything. I know I had
I thought it was 5-3 before the takedown. Am I wrong? Was I seeing that wrong?
I think he puts the score up quick.
Okay.
Nobody's questioning, and none of the coaches are questioning it.
I just for some reason I looked up. I thought it said 5-3 before.
I'll be honest with you. I got confused with the scoring there for a little bit because you had the injury timeout, and then right off of that there was a change.
Okay.
And I think the change just happened as we were still coming out of that injury break. So now it's 5-5 officially. 20 seconds into the second period. Carlos Amorin of Jefferson in the blue, Pat Coleman of Watchung Hills in a white at 190 pounds. Watchung Hills has clinched the team victory 44-16.
He's trying to run a bar here. He's got that hook. He's got that wrist underneath. He's trying to run that bar. He's got to keep going, run it up to his head, and he should be able to get the tilt here. It's in position.
It's a bad spot right now for Amorin, and I think Coleman's got him, and he got the pin. 1:11 left in the contest, so we're 49 seconds into the second period, and it's 50-40. It's 50-16 in favor of Watchung Hills.
Follow us on social media on Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on X at GardenStateHSW, on Instagram, GardenStateHS Wrestling, and like and subscribe on YouTube. We have upcoming events this week. We have our podcast. We have everything we do for GardenStateHSWrestling.com, your premier high school wrestling provider for all wrestling in New Jersey, boys and girls.
For Jefferson, Alexander De Silva. For the Warriors, Jake
Quick takedown by Cafaro of Watchung Hills.
Silva with the quick escape. I'll tell you what, a little action here from De Silva. He's trying to get that underhook throw. He is grappling, and they're going to hit him with they're going to hit Cafaro with a stalling for backing up.
So a stall warning against Cafaro, who leads 3-1. You get one. He shoots the double leg right off the start. Still has the leg.
Didn't get anything.
Nobody got anything out of that exchange. Now an upper body struggle. A takedown. They're just barely in. Shoulders are exposed. Cafaro on top. Just a toe of Cafaro inbounds. 4-point near fall, 1-point escape. Exchange there. The 4 for Cafaro, the 1 for Silva. Talk about tiptoeing the line.
Action like crazy so far in this one. This is the kind of matchup you want to see.
10-2, Cafaro with the lead.
This is what I'm talking about, with just two dudes going out there locking up and throwing what they can.
And this is like upper body throws now. Turned too far, did Silva. And a 1-point escape for Cafaro. 11-5 is the score in favor of Cafaro and the host Watchung Hills.
I'll tell you what, this has been firing up here.
They start up top. Upper body struggle again. This is like Greco-Roman, Don. 3-point takedown there for Silva. Makes it 11-8, 38 seconds to go. They're calling it out of bounds.
Yeah, the feet came up a little bit. Didn't make a point of contact, but De Silva's, this is a 220 bout that you,
Yeah,
215, this is like ready to go. Uh-oh.
Injury stoppage.
timeout. Jefferson, injury timeout.
We're going to just sit down and we're going to not look at that. We're going to have the stat girls from Jefferson go clean it up real quick. They didn't know what Loudon Swain was. They didn't know who Loudon Swain was, so that's their punishment. On Facebook, he's going to take a test. On Facebook, Garden State HS Wrestling. On X, Garden State HSW. On Instagram, Garden State HS Wrestling. And like and subscribe on YouTube for all our upcoming events. We have PCTI girls versus Mount Olive girls on Thursday. Friday, we're going to be Caldwell at West Morris. Saturday, we got a Mount Olive Quad, plus some stuff down at Union. Tons of stuff coming up, and our upcoming podcast. GardensHSWrestling.com is your premier high school provider for all high school wrestling coverage in New Jersey. Join the revolution.
Now we've got a stoppage to clean the mat. I may go to that PCTI at Mount Olive girls match, even though I'm not working it.
I'm going to be there.
Oh, I'm sold.
I'm going to be signing autographs. You know, I'm famous.
Can you pick me up on the way?
I'm apparently famous. People invite me to their Christmas parties, everything. They wanted Brower Claus at their Christmas party.
Local sponsors today include Sterling Hotel, Greenbrook Pancake House, Duck Donuts, Playa Bowls, Moe's Southwest Grill, Yee's Asian Bistro, Smoothie King, and Blimpie of Sterling. Silva starts on top, turns, goes for upper body control. This is justice. I got to tell you, I'm enjoying this as much as any match I've seen this year.
They're going at it. They're not stalling. They're going at it. Two big pieces of beat going at it, just trying to see who the better man is in this.
The irresistible force versus the immovable object. 3-point takedown there for Cafaro. 15-8 the score. I got to make sure my math works on this, to be honest with you.
Leads Alexander De Silva 15-8. At the end of the
That had to be one of the most exciting periods I've seen in wrestling so far this year.
Here's the forward to Alexander De Silva, which is elected to go.
De Silva on bottom. Alex De Silva versus Pat Cafaro. Cafaro in the white, De Silva in the blue. 15-8. Cafaro with the lead and trying early to use that top position at the start to turn De Silva. De Silva's gotten a base. He's trying to drive through it now. He's got to keep that leg pulled in, but he's lost it now when Cafaro swung his hips around.
He had a chance. He literally looked like he was coming around, possibly get two, but now I think he's just... Full Nelson looked like he was called there. 1 point for De Silva.
1 point has been awarded to Alexander De Silva.
Makes it 15-9.
Silva's got that wrist. Great job there. I knew.
De Silva with the reversal.
2 points.
You just saw it. De Silva kept that wrist as he rolled through, and it was like you knew he was going to come out with something there.
And that's what you want to do if you're on bottom. I mean, take it and try to get two. Trying now to turn Cafaro. Cafaro's got a hold on the right ankle of De Silva. De Silva on top in the blue, trying to get somewhere where he has some leverage. He may have it now. He shoots the half.
A little high. Ah, there.
And that's going to be a reversal for Cafaro. And now Cafaro on top. Coming up on 30 seconds left in the second period. 17-11. The score in favor of Cafaro of Watchung Hills. Cafaro with the three-quarter now. Trying to turn. We're inside 10 seconds now. Back to his bases, De Silva. De Silva tries to turn, but the period's going to end. 17-11 the score in favor of Pat Cafaro of Watchung Hills. Cafaro with the choice elects to start on the third period on bottom. Selfishly, Don, I wanted him to start neutral. I wanted to see some more of that upper body back and forth.
I don't blame you. That was some really good wrestling in the first period and even in the
I
second.
would have signed on that. Get rid of this and just go neutral. De Silva trying to work that top position. We've got a stoppage. And a penalty point for Cafaro. They're saying it was basically an unnecessary roughness call here.
Roughness on Jefferson. 1 point has been awarded to the Warriors.
He was grinding down the forearm on the back. Now he turns and does De Silva. But able to reverse it and get the 2 points is Cafaro. 20-11, a 9-point advantage for Cafaro, who's on top and looking to finish this off at 215 pounds.
He'd love to finish this bout off with a win, or a pin here, but he's in control, and obviously one of the most exciting bouts we've seen in recent memory. You tell me, in your time here, have you seen anything this exciting, especially this bout? Just the way, like, everybody's throwing at everything each other.
No, I mean, it's just two big guys going at each other, but it's not plotting at all. There was a lot of quickness. There was a lot of smart wrestling. There was some intrigue. I mean, it's been a good match so far. Cafaro still trying to work to turn De Silva over. Coming up on 30 seconds left in the third period of regulation. Cafaro with a 9-point lead. Back to his base is De Silva. Clasped hands and a penalty point awarded to De Silva. Make it 17-12. Again, the team match has already been decided with Watchung Hills up 50-16.
They like to stem the damage if they could, get something here. Both, see what I mean? Like, just the roles they have here. So if De Silva gets out here, he makes it a regular decision.
In about a 1-second span, I thought that each had rolled too far. I thought each had a chance at a pin there, and each rolled just too far. We're in the final 2 seconds. It's going to end 20-12 in favor of Pat Cafaro of Watchung Hills.
By a score of 20-12. Major decision at 2:15 for the Warriors.
Major and 54-16 advantage for Watchung Hills.
And it's going to be, as we take it down, it's going to be a forfeit here, so it's going to make it 60-16. That's going to wrap it up for the bouts. Not to say anything about the announcer, I've never heard of an opposed forfeit, but when in an opposed forfeit, be it opposite?
Wouldn't be a forfeit.
But that is true. But follow us on social media, on Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on X at GardenStateHSW, on Instagram, GardenStateHSWrestling, and like and subscribe on YouTube for all your high school wrestling needs.
Hey, and we want to thank our local sponsors today, which included Trattoria La Strada, Burger King of Gillette, Jules Closet, Capital Craft, Salento Bar, 12 Islands Greek, and Just Subs of Greenbrook. 60-16 the final in favor of Watchung Hills.
We're going to bring you back into the Harrington press box area. Great matchup here, a special, nice early Monday morning event. Match we kind of thought, but some really good wrestling nonetheless. Just what your thoughts are on the match, John.
Well, Jefferson had its strength at the lighter weights earlier on. They hung around for a while. Once Watchung Hills started to throw its weight around literally and pile up the pins, they pulled away.
And that's kind of what we thought it would be. It would be, in that area where they would start off strong, and then when it started at 106, you kind of saw it was there. And Jefferson's a rebuilding squad, but they have nothing to hang their heads on here. But great job by everybody involved here. But we're going to be back on the air on Thursday. We're going to have the PCTI girls versus the Mount Olive girls. And we're going to have Friday, we're going to be at West Morris, Caldwell at West Morris. Saturday, we're going to have a Mount Olive quad. But thank you to everybody who tuned in today. Happy New Year from everybody here at the staff. For a safe, happy New Year. We want to see everybody this weekend. But for John Kovach, for Chris, who pulled double duty on as the live stream and also announcing, you heard him on the camera, and Alex, I'm Donald J. Brower. We'll see you next week. Literally, next year.
Next year.